Hi, my name's Sharon and welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm so glad you joined me. Today I want to show you my very first junk journal that I have made for a friend. We are in my dining room, which is where I'm working right now, so welcome. Okay, this is my friendship junk journal that I've made for my best friend Tammy. And I watched a video back in February, which has been about 5 months ago now. I watched Jenny Belly's video on how to make a junk journal using a cereal box cover. And so I grabbed my favorite cereal, and this is the box that I used to make my cover. So I just followed her tutorial almost perfectly, and I meant to follow her tutorial all the way through, and I kind of diverged from there. But what I did was I set a rule for myself, was that I had to use things that I just had in the house. We're on a really strict budget right now, and the nearest craft store is an hour away anyways, and I actually haven't been to the craft store since I started this. So everything I've used in here was something that I had in the house or that I had gotten at the local thrift store. I think I did make one Walmart trip. And so what I did was, it was right at Valentine's Day in February, and I had gotten a bag of caramels, and they came in these really neat pink wrappers, and my friend loves hot pink. So I thought, well, I'll use those wrappers in there. And so that became this part of it. And at the same time, I'd gotten some of this cheese at the store, and I thought, man, that would probably make a neat cover, and so that became my cover. And the thing that I knew most that I wanted to do was I wanted to incorporate some gift wrap. I'd given her a present for her birthday, and this is the last little fragment of it. And so what I did was I cut that out, and I used it on the front cover here. And I used just the basic stitching that Jenny Belly had told us about. And what I did was I had found, we've recently moved into a new house, and when I was cleaning out the house, I found an unopened box of dental floss, and me being me, I didn't want to throw it out, so I kept it, but I wasn't going to use it on my teeth. So I thought, what can I do with that? And so I went through different ideas, and I finally ended up using the dental floss for the binding. And I've used a ribbon. I wrapped it down through here, and then I also used the same type of ribbon to hold it together. And then I made a belly band. I wrapped it around and made a belly band out of it. And then I used the gift wrap also on the inside of the cover, in the front and in the back. And so I had, throughout the months as I was recuperating from an illness, so I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I have to thank a lot of people, and hopefully down below this video I will have a lot of the different sites that I went to for some of the different things I learned how to do. But one of the things was I made my own modeling paste. And I learned how to do this using a stencil with the modeling paste. So that's T for Tammy, which is my best friend. And that became the first page. There's 6 signatures in here. And what I did was, one signature is made from a box, either a cereal box or some sort of a box. And then the next signature is a group of pages. And then the signature after that would be another type of box, and then another group of pages, and then another box, and then pages at the end. So there's 6 signatures, and they go back and forth between a box and pages. And so the first signature is a cereal box. I think it's a Corn Flakes box, a Frosted Flakes box. And then when you open it up, it has a little greeting for her. This was a little book I got out of the thrift store. I really hate to cut up books, but this one was really torn up. And I think I got the book for 10 cents, and it was Goldie Mouse. And I thought, oh, that would be so cute to do a pop-up in her book to greet her. And then I just did a little kite that is a greeting. She had recently moved away at the time, and we were really missing her. So I just said, "Hi Tammy, greetings from West Virginia." And so the background I just painted with some acrylics to do a background. And I thought, well, I'll have this done in no time and I'll have it out to her. But that was 5 months ago. And I've just rushed to finish it up today because she's actually visiting and I want to be able to give it to her. So this is going to be a little strange because she's here, but every time she opens it, she'll be able to see that we miss her and that we're greeting her from West Virginia. And then you turn to the back of the box, and I just made a little memory board. And what I did was, she loves perfume bottles and she collects perfume bottles. So I went through some magazines and I clipped out some really interesting perfume bottles, and I mounted them on some cardstock, and then I glossy accented them so that they would be nice and shiny, almost like a perfume bottle. And so what I did was I stuck some of those in here for her, and there's a card in here, or an envelope that has some more in it, which she can change them out. And then I also pulled out some business cards out of a magazine that had some interesting things in it that hopefully she would like. And then that's the first signature, and the second signature starts the paper, and I just did some little tags in here. This one says "Pretty as a Princess." It has some lace at the bottom that I really liked. And it just goes in this little belly band here. And this is a piece of vellum that I had. All the paper, except for one paper pad. I did buy a paper pad at Walmart. It's the Color Box Paper Plus Rosewood. And so I used some of those papers in here because I just ran out of papers that coordinated. So out of desperation, I did go out and buy that. But this piece of vellum I had, and I've had it for some time. I don't know where I even got it from. And turn the page, and then I made her a postcard. The base of the postcard was actually an advertisement in a magazine, and I just added the coffee cup, and I love to do wax seals on my letters that I send out, and so I did a little wax seal and added a border, and then I redid the back, and I stamped it and cut out some pictures out of a magazine, and then made a little postcard for her. That goes in a pocket there. And then this page, I just had some cheap copier pink paper, and I started stamping on it one day, and I just didn't stop. I made this butterfly. I embossed these butterflies all over it and then put a lace trim edge on it. I used, let's see, the Paper Studio Multi-Punch. And I did a lot of different lace trims that you'll see in the book using this. And so on the inside of that, I did a little belly band, and I just put in a doily that I really liked there. And then this is a piece of gift wrap. I thought it was interesting because I used gift wrap on the front, and she loves vintage things. And this is some gift wrap probably from the 60s or 70s. And I found it in our local thrift store. They had a whole stack of, somebody had painstakingly removed the papers off presents that they'd gotten throughout the years. And there were papers from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and this is one of the papers that was there. It's really pretty. I don't think you can probably see that, but it's an embossed paper. And I just put a quote down here, "Friends are gifts we give to ourselves." And I like that because it's friends are gifts, and it's on gift wrap paper. And on the inside, I just put a little pocket with a stamp on it. This is a Martha Stewart Christmas stamp from a Christmas collection. And then on this page, I think this is my mind's eye paper. And I just wanted to do something a little bit different. And so I made a little spinner in the middle, and it just kind of spins using my lace edger. I did a medallion, and I just cut it out and made a spinner out of it. And then this side, this is from the paper collection I bought at Walmart, this and this. And I didn't have any punches or anything, and so what I did was I just sat down and drew some out myself, and just kind of made a template out of some poster board, and made several different shapes. And so then I just could use those to cut out some medallions and things to put in here, because I was being on the cheap. And then I threw in a recipe. It was bordered in pink. I thought it was really pretty, and she likes biscotti with her coffee, and this is chocolate walnut, so I thought she would like that recipe card. On this page, I just glued down a card that she can lift up and do some journaling in, or put some pictures in or something there. And it says, throughout each day, the nicest part is sharing Jesus heart to heart. And it has like a little tea set there, and we love to have tea together, so I thought that was appropriate. And I painted some bookmarks. I have several of these bookmarks in here that I've painted different colors and put different things on. This has, I stamped an embossed B in the middle of it. I don't know if you can see that or not. I used to substitute teach school, and so I had several of these left over from when I was doing that, and so I thought I would just incorporate those in here. And this is a really neat envelope that came one day in the mail from my husband, actually. I think it was for a credit card or something, but it had embossed on it "Great News," and then it was stamped in pink, and I thought, oh man, I've got to use that. I've got to do something with it for my junk journal. And so I just took it and I kind of covered up some areas where it had different writing, and this is out of my garden catalog. I just cut out that flower, and this is another wax stamp with my initial on it, S for Sharon. And then I followed, I can't remember whose tutorial it was. She's really good. I'll put her underneath this, and I just followed her advice on how to do this. And it just has a little pull-out photo mat here. And I found this neat old Princess phone in a magazine, and so I glued that down. Great News and a phone, so maybe she can journal about a phone call or something that she received. And on the other side, this is from the Walmart paper collection, and the photo mat is just this color on the inside. And then I didn't have any envelopes, so I made this out of a large sheet of white paper I had, and I listened to somebody else's tutorial on alcohol inks, and I just alcohol inked this, and I followed a Martha Stewart magazine article from a Valentine's Day issue on the hearts, and it just opens and closes. And on the inside I just have like some extra perfume bottles and things that I did. Here, I'll open it real quick. And some extra little business cards that I thought might be neat to use. There's another perfume bottle. Oh, and I also put in here the 2015 chocolate festival for the town that I live close to. So I thought, oh, you know, that's an invitation for her to come back next year to come to the chocolate festival with me, because she loves chocolate. So that's the envelope, and I left this side blank so that she could put photos or do something with that. And then here is the other part of the envelope, and it just has a plain photo mat on this side. I paper clipped with a heart paper clip another one of my bookmarks, and then this one just says, each friend represents a world in us, a world not born until they arrive, and it is only by this meeting that a new world is born. I really like that quote. And then on the other side is some more from the paper collection, the Walmart paper collection. And I had seen in some of the other videos, everybody had a chandelier stamp, which I loved, and couldn't go out and get at the moment. So I thought, well, I'm going to do my own chandelier. And I found a chandelier in the magazine. And in a moment of crazy paper cutting, I cut out the chandelier and glued it down. The gluing down was actually harder than the cutting out. My husband had to rescue me. I had it stuck to all my fingers, and I was panicking, but he helped me pry it off, and we finally got it down. But that is probably the most fussy cutting I've ever done in my life, and hope to probably ever do again. I learned my lesson on that one. So the next page, and this is still the second signature, the next page I cut out one of my little medallions that I had done myself, and this is from the Martha Stewart Christmas stamp collection. And we love to when we go out places together to find cupcakes, and we were searching for a place to get a cupcake the other day and never did. So I thought it would be neat to put a little, this is just a memory card game that I had found at the thrift store. So I thought it'd be neat to put some of those in here. And then this is the other half of my mind's eye, and just from the Walmart paper collection, I cut out a little piece from it and stuck it down. And I like this side. It's to Southern Travelers, Great Southern, it says, and she has moved to the South. So I thought that was really neat to put in there. And then on this side, I made a few tags, and I went with, I think my theme for most of the tags were sweets. And so I found this in a magazine and cut it out, and then I just hand lettered in sweets for the sweet. Little tag there for her to do something with. Just another corner pocket on the other side of the gift wrap paper. And then I put a little pocket here. It says, friends, they cherish each other's hopes. They are kind to each other's dreams. We all mold one another's dreams. We all hold each other's fragile hopes in our hands. We all touch each other's hearts. Whenever I think of you, I smile inside. And I did a little tag. I got this out of a small little gift book. It says, may the blessed light be on you, light without and light within. May the blessed sunlight shine on you and warm your heart until it glows like a great fire, so that a stranger may come and warm himself at it, and also a friend. May God always bless you, love you, and keep you. I just made a little card for her, a little tag with a little blessing on it. And then this is the other side of the butterfly paper that I stamped and embossed. Put a little bit of paper lace on. And this is from my days of substitute teaching again, when I would show up with projects already in hand in case something was needed. And this is just a little gift box that she can fold together and have to use for a gift for somebody. And I just cut out little circles and put on there to decorate it. And I created just a little flap here out of the vellum to hold it, something to tuck under there. Then this is the third signature, and I used a macaroni box for this. And I was looking at the macaroni box one day, and it has the neat little oval cut out of it so you can see what kind of macaroni is in it. And I wanted to do something with that. So I just started folding the box one day, and I came up with this idea. And I just, this is, I'm not sure what, this is an old piece of paper, and I put a little portrait down there and glossy accented it. And then I made a whole bunch of tags. This is actually, I think, the second thing that I did for this journal. And I made a whole bunch of tags. I just cut out several different things and then Mod Podge them for her to use on different things. And I did some fussy cutting, and on the other side is Best Friends. And then I just fussy cut around the friends again. And so I wanted to do something with that, so I did another tag. So most of these are just pictures that I cut out of my gardening magazine and used. This is from a piece of paper collection, this one actually. I just cut that out. I thought she'd like that. And then I just did some paper lace for the front, and has a little butterfly trim that I put on top of that. And then this is some other paper that I had. And it says Best Friends and Share the Love and Thank You, and just lots of good little things. And I made some photo corners so that she could stick a photo in there. And then it has a pull here for a photo mat. It says I miss you. And then on the other side, I got to incorporate my window for the macaroni box. And so I just made a little picture frame out of it, and then cut out the words Best Friends, and just did a little decorative trim with some scissors around the edges of that. And it's just got a little pull here where she can replace the picture if she wants to with something else. And I thought she'd love this paper. She loves French, anything French and toile. So I thought that she would really enjoy that. And I put a little belly band there and made a little tag for her. This is using some of the alcohol ink that I made, and a little sticker that I got at the dollar store. So this would be signature number 4, another paper signature, and one of the little medallions I made and stamped with a little tea service. And I put a doily in here that I'd gotten from the dollar store and just cut out one of the rose motifs and put there, and then some rose paper. This is from the Walmart paper collection. And I made a little pocket. I thought this was really cute. I had this paint chart, and it's all about blushing pinks and what the different pinks are good for. Like hot pinks bring joy to a room, pale pinks calm all of the senses, and bubblegum pinks have a sense of innocence. So I thought it was neat, and it lists all the different types of pinks. I thought that would be fun to stick in there. And this quote says, "A true friend freely advises justly, assists readily, adventures boldly, takes all patiently, defends courageously, and continues a friend unchangeably." William Penn. And this is some old paper that I had. I'm not sure where I got it from. And I just used my lace paper edger to make this, and I cut it out, and it's got a little hole on the other side where you can slip a photo down in there. And then it was just white on the other side, so I decided to paint it. So I just did a painting technique. I'm not sure I really liked how it turned out, but I used it anyways because I really liked the paper. And then I just stuck another lace medallion on the inside. And then on this side, I used a Martha Stewart paper punch. It's this is the corner one. And then, if I can reach it, the border punch. This is the eyelet lace, which I really like. And then I cut out a medallion. And then this is just a butterfly that I glossy accented that I cut out of a magazine. On the inside, I left it blank for her to put pictures or whatever she wants to do there. And then I saw another tutorial. Somebody had used wax paper and crinkled it up and painted it and then sealed it, and I really liked that, so I tried it myself. And this is what I did. This is just wax paper that I used the technique on, and I made an envelope out of it. And inside this envelope I just have a perfume sample called Affection, and it kind of just seals itself there, so I didn't put a closure on it. So this is the back side of the envelope, and I really like the texture that it got and the pattern. And then this is the other side of the pink piece with the eyelet lace trim. I just did another little medallion pocket and just put some blank little tags in there for her to do something with, whatever she wants to do on them. And then this opens up. And on this side, I just did a little eyelet lace photo mat, put it in a little pocket on the side. And then this is also a little belly band here that you can tuck something under. And then in the middle here, I have another quote. "A real friend is one who walks in when the rest of the world walks out," Walter Winchell. And I really like this photo that I found in the magazine. It's a girl walking in, and there's a thunderstorm, so you would think everybody would be running, but she comes in and she's grabbing the thunder by her hand. And so I just mounted that on some photo corners. She can take that out and put another photo in if she wants later on. I just thought it was a cute cartoon to go with the quote. And my son's home now, so that's what you hear. And then on this side, we went out the other day. She's been visiting for about a week, and we saw in a little coffee shop these signs, and one said, "Drink coffee, do stupid things faster with more energy." And she really loved that quote, and so I made her a little tag to go in her journal that says she loves coffee. I don't drink coffee. I can't, but I have a food allergy to it, but she loves coffee, and so she thought that that was just absolutely great. So I did that tag for her. And I made a little pocket over here out of a scrap of the paper, and I just put a little blank card in there that I really like, that I've had forever. She can write something in there and use it for something or whatever she wants to do with that. And then the back page. And then on this side, the quote says, "Friendship doubles your joys and divides your sorrows." And this was just a little teddy bear sticker set that I had, and I used those and made a pocket out of it. And then I did another little tag. It says, "The tea is on, the cups are waiting, favorite chair anticipating. No matter what I have to do, my friend, there is always time for you." So it's just a little tag to go in that pocket. And then just a blank page here in the back side of the doily. And I stamped a stamp of a candlestick. I think it's an Inka Dinka Doo stamp I've had for a very long time. And the quote says, "Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light," Helen Keller. And then I put another cupcake memory game piece in there. And this is the only non-friendship quote that I put in here, but I really liked what it said. It says, "Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, 'I will try again tomorrow.'" And I really like that quote, and the collars fit, so I put it in. And I made a little eyelet semi-belly band there and stuck another little of the perfume bottles that I glossy accented in there. Now this is the 5th signature, and it is made from a tissue box. These tissues were at my church, and I thought the box was beautiful, and I kept looking at it throughout the whole service, and I finally asked if I could have the box, and my pastor let me have it. And I just used a Martha Stewart stamp set where you kind of typeset your own sayings and stamps. It takes forever, but it's really cool, and so I used that, and I just stamped this quote. It says, "Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom." Marcel Proust. And this is a picture of Sleeping Beauty from a ballet that was in a magazine that I cut out. And I put a little ruby crystal in her hand. So she's laying there with her hand open. So it's like she's holding her heart in her hand, waiting for for friends to come and share her heart and her life and in her garden. And then this is a little garden seat. It has a quote on it. "There's a time and a season to every purpose under heaven." And it actually opens up, and it has a little note in there for her that I wrote. And then this opens up, and throughout the journal, I tried to keep in mind who I was making it for, and I tried to really make it things that she would like and that are really her. And somehow this next section just is completely me. So this is me in this journal, and I love to write letters. I write letters a lot, and so this just sort of came out. And there's a little Victorian desk here I cut out of a magazine, some more fussy cutting, and a feather pen and letter. And then I just did all of these little really teeny tiny little cards for her, little tags that she can put on gifts or presents. They each have something, a card inside and an envelope to use. So there's several over there. And then over on this side, out of a book I got from the library, they had an origami inkwell, and I just loved that. So I thought, you know what, let's try to make that look like glass. I wonder if wax paper would work. And so I made it out of wax paper and figured out how to get some ink on the inside there. And then I just stuck in a little feather that I found out in the yard. And so I really like how that turned out. I thought that was a lot of fun. And there's an envelope that opens. It's a pocket. It says letters. "A friendship can weather most things and thrive in thin soil, but it needs a little mulch of letters and phone calls and small silly presents every so often just to save it from drying out completely." Pam Brown. And then on the inside is another quote. It's from a letter of Heloise, and it just talks about writing. It says, what cannot letters inspire? They have souls, they can speak, they have in them all that force which expresses the transports of the heart. They have all the fire of our passions. They can raise them as much as if the person themselves were present. Having lost the substantial pleasures of seeing and possessing you, I shall in some measure compensate this loss by the satisfaction I shall find in your writing. There I shall read your most sacred thoughts. And I thought that that was a really, really nice quote. About sharing our thoughts with each other in letters. And as I said, I love to write, so this is very much me in this journal. And the tissue box had an opening on the other side, and like with the macaroni box, I wanted to do something with it. I wanted to do something special with it. So this is actually a photo mat that comes in and out, and so it seemed like a perfect size for her name, which is Tammy, and so I just hand lettered, painted her name out to put into the slot there. And then this is the last signature. It's a paper a group of papers, and it's just I made a little closure here out of some stamp buttons, stickers actually. Stickers that are buttons, and it just opens up, and I thought it was a cute picture, two little girls on the beach, and it says, how happy I am that I can walk beside you, lean on you, and live in the warmth of your friendship. Just a little quote. And then on the inside, I left this mostly blank, but we're women, we like makeup, so I just put a couple pieces of makeup there. And then this is a bag that I was given when I bought something at a specialty store, and I thought it was so pretty, and I just made a belly band out of this. She can slide something in there. And this is some of the paper from Walmart that I got from that collection. Made a little tuck spot here, and then I made a little small shorter piece of paper with the eyelet lace trim around it. And here's a ribbon with I cut out a piece of the paper collection and glued it onto the ribbon and made a belly band out of this. She can tuck something down up in here. This I cut out using my lace cutter. And the quote says, many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends will leave footprints in your heart. Eleanor Roosevelt. And in our Christian bookstore, we have a section where you can get 2 cards for $1. And this was one of the discount cards, and I thought it was really pretty. So I just added a little medallion frame here. She can stick a little picture up in there. And I just thought it was really pretty with all the roses. And I made a little pocket on the back side out of some roses and stuck in another bookmark that I painted and cut out some of the roses that I used earlier. And then on this paper it says, a friend remembers what we were and sees what we can be. And I cut out this mirror out of a magazine and glossy accented and put it there as a little highlight. And then on the back, the paper on the inside was white, and so I had found some old plastic a table runner that was lace, and I laid it down and spritzed some of the like a paint that I'd done with one of the tutorials. It didn't turn out as well as I had hoped it would, but it still was interesting. And then I used the same table runner with some of my homemade modeling paste. And I made this. That was a Jenny Belly tutorial. And so I made a tag out of that. I thought that was really fun. Heavy, but fun to do. And this is a quote from Ulysses S. Grant. It says, the friend in my adversity I shall always cherish most. I can better trust those who help to relieve the gloom of my dark hours than those who are so ready to enjoy with me the sunshine of my prosperity. And this was cut out of a magazine. She likes the fancy bras and things, Victoria's Secrets and that sort of thing, and I thought it would be really cute to do this. I found this whole section on a special in a magazine on bras, and since the theme of the book is pink, I cut out the words Positively Pink I saw, and this pink bra. And then on the inside, this folds out, and on the inside it has a little article in a magazine. I think it was More, about the history of the bra. And then I just, this is a bra that I saw in a magazine. It's called Pink Animal, that I thought that she would think was really neat, and some exercises on how to make yourself look nicer, and Marilyn Monroe, and just some interesting facts and tidbits. And then this was out of another magazine. It had some retro pictures in it that I thought was really neat. And I just glued down a coin envelope to put something in right here. I haven't put anything in it yet. I'll have to come up with something for that. And some more of the retro photos that I thought were really neat. And then this was a doily I picked up somewhere. I have no idea where it came from, but I just glued it down, created a little tuck spot there on both sides. You can tuck something in there. And this is the back of the rose card. And the quote says, "When we honestly ask ourselves which person in our lives means the most to us, we often find that it is those who, instead of giving advice, solutions, or cures, have chosen rather to share our pain and touch wounds with a warm and tender hand." And I really like this. And this is a little belly band here where something can be tucked in under here. And back of the card, another one of the little perfume bottles that I glossy accented, stuck in there. It's another one of the medallions that I cut out and made a little pocket out of. And this is a belly band here. Something can be tucked under that. And belly band here. And I saw a tutorial on making slider pulls. And so I thought that was neat, and I thought I'd try my hand at that. So that one actually slides around. I don't know what the purpose of that would be, but that's what it does. And this is the other half of the small page. And another little pocket here. This is from the Walmart paper collection I bought, and I stuck another bookmark in there. This is the back of the bag that I got from the specialty store when I bought something. And this I thought was really neat. I used the stamps. Some of you might recognize it. It's the Graphic 45 Old Curiosity Shop stamps. I was able to get some of those. And I used the stamps and some of the wax paper that I had done that technique for the envelope with, that I had left over. And it actually stamped really, really well, and the wax paper even shrunk up a little bit and caused some crackling, and a really neat texture for the bottles that you probably, you have to sort of feel to see. And I put a lace trim down here, and the quote says, "A good friend is a connection to life, a tie to the past, a road to the future, the key to sanity in a totally insane world." And actually made a pocket out of it. And this is kind of a thick card, but you can slide something down in that pocket. And the back page. And I saw this picture in a magazine and I really liked it. I have darker hair, she has lighter hair, and there's the green and the blue that's in the paper, and I thought it would really make a neat picture opposite the back of the book. And the quote says, "Life is short and we never have enough time for the hearts of those who traveled the way with us. Oh, be swift to love, make haste to be kind." And so that's the journal. And thanks for listening. Please let me know what you think. If anybody's interested in anything that I did, if you'd like to see a tutorial on any of this, please let me know and I'll see what I can do. And I really hope, Tammy, that you like this when you see it tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.